Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. Getting started on a Tuesday with my awesome sister Val, live from Deer Park. Good morning, Val.
Good morning.
All right, so glad you're along with us. Missing Brandon again this week. No word on where he is or why he didn't show this week, but I did check his horoscope, and it did say he would be missing work today. So
See how accurate those things are?
they are. As well, though, quick note, you can catch up with Brandon, and then when you do catch up with him, ask him why. Ask him why he wasn't on the morning show on Tuesday. You can catch up with Brandon tomorrow at the Chihuahua Library. He does his first Wednesdays with Ted at the Chihuahua Public Library. He hangs out there between 3 and 5 and will answer all your questions about starting up a new business in the Tri-County area. So there's your chance to catch up with Brandon. And then be sure and ask him if you see him in the library, where was he on Tuesday? Because inquiring minds want to know. Right, Val?
We want to know.
That's right. That's right. Other than that, a little weather to get started. Amazed every day when I log in and I check the webcam up at the golf course, and it's absolutely beautiful out. 88 today, sunshine, winds light and variable, down to 56 tonight under clear skies. Get ready for your Wednesday, Val. 93 under mostly sunny skies.
Wow.
Gonna be a warm
Wow.
one. Yeah. Now, Thursday, a high of 90 with afternoon thunderstorms at 47%. So you do have a chance of rain. They're going to stick around for a while. Thunderstorms for Friday are going to drop all the way down to 76 and 58 for the high and low. And then Saturday right now, partly cloudy 80. Sunday, partly cloudy 84. And back to work Monday, partly cloudy and 88. But a really warm one today, and then an exciting day tomorrow with a cold front moving into the area and clashing with that warm front. It should be pretty exciting up in the skies there if you like that kind of stuff.
I know, and you know why it's all happening like that? Because we're heading up to, around the Colville area to go camping this weekend.
Of course you are. Well, it should be, partly cloudy and a little, once you get through Friday, partly cloudy. It'll be comfortable. Be comfortable out there.
Yeah. It's just, if it's talking about rain, chances of rain in the Chihuahua area, there is no chance that it won't rain.
Everywhere else?
Up in the Colville National Forest up there. It will definitely rain in the mountains, I can tell you right now.
Yes. All right, real quick for the kids. Pancakes this morning for breakfast, sausage patty, fresh fruit, fruit juice, and your choice of milk. And then for lunch today, pepperoni rippers, romaine salad, fresh veggies, corn, fresh fruit, and again, your choice of milk. I always feel bad after I say pepperoni rippers.
I know, because is it like a prediction for the rest of the afternoon?
Yes, this is how it's going to go. All right, let's see.
Boy.
Val's horoscope for today. Aries, right? Right.
Yes.
Your horoscope for today. Correlating facts is an awesome responsibility, Val. Are you sure you're up to it? Take time out to consider your options. Climb a mountain, dig your own grave. If it were possible to hold on to your charm, then you'd find fortune. However, people will soon start to find you predictable and eminently hateable. Hateable. Oh, that sounds
Not
horrible.
even just annoying, it's hateable.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. Oh, by the
Wow.
way, a little add-on to your horoscope today. All the time you spent learning French is never going to pay off.
Oui? Oui, oui.
What? What? Mine's
I
not.
want to know how you say what in
What?
French.
What? What?
What?
What? That sounds more German, doesn't it?
It does.
All right.
Yeah.
My horoscope today for Gemini, you do a lot of good work. Make people pay for it. Every time you
We
tap.
all pay.
That's right. One way or another, you're going to pay. Every time you tap a key on your keyboard, you are secretly filling in a membership form to a random society. Each week, henceforth, you will receive a newsletter from said societies explaining your duties and sign-up fees. It doesn't sound good at all.
No.
Side note, raisins are a lovely dried-up fruit. However, the old man that lives next to you is not.
You know what? A raisin is simply a missed opportunity for wine.
There you go. The last thing on mine, I don't understand. Babies are not meant to be sugared or parboiled. Parenting classes may be important to someone close to you. Huh? And henceforth, that is why Brandon is not here today.
Oh, it's all about the parenting.
It's all about, he might actually be doing that, so I guess it's okay.
Exactly.
All right, I got some goodies ready for us this morning, Val. I want to try some time travel, so stand by for my time travel sound effects.
Start your computations for time warp.
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
That's all I got. Advantages.
Roosters.
Yes, advantages of having a home telephone. Actually, in 1905, they called it the residence telephone. All right, this is from a magazine ad in 1905 for the Independent Telephone Company. The ad touted the advantage of having a residence telephone for making engagements, hastening the delivery of goods, inviting your friends over. Of course, that only works if they have a phone too, right?
Right.
Saves letter writing. Friends can call you. You can check on your husband. Helps you do your shopping. Saves time and steps. Reserves theater tickets. Wow. Runs your errands. Orders groceries. Calls the doctor. Calls the fire department. Calls the plumber. Calls the police. Wow. Pretty much just like all of our phones do today.
But you don't have to convince many people today to get one.
That's right. Well, at least a cell phone. You know, would you
That's
sign
right.
up for a home phone again?
No, never.
Even on a friends
Never.
and family plan?
Not a home phone,
You know,
no. No.
even if I
There's no
promise not
need.
to spoof your long distance?
Yeah, you're going to trick me into getting a Google Voice account for you, aren't you?
I am. All right, one more.
Start your computations for time warp.
This is perfect for Val. It's women in the workplace as we go back to 1943.
Yes, this was what they guided male supervisors, to check out before they hired a woman for the workplace.
So bad.
So the recommendations here were to pick young married women.
Of course.
They usually have more of a sense of responsibility than their unmarried sisters. They're less likely to be flirtatious. They need the work or they wouldn't be doing it. They still have the pep and interest to work hard and to deal with the public efficiently.
The pep and interest. That's horrible.
They're just glad to get away from the kids for a few hours. When you do have to use older women, try to get ones who have worked outside the home at some time in their lives. Older women who have never contacted the public have a hard time adapting themselves and are inclined to be cantankerous and fussy. It's always well to impress upon older women the importance of friendliness and courtesy.
Because sometimes, well, they're not.
Older women are going to tell you like it is. General experience indicates that husky girls are more even-tempered and efficient than their underweight sisters.
Oh, wow.
Here's a good one. Retain a physician to give each woman you hire a special physical examination.
Me.
This this step not only protects the property against the possibilities of lawsuits, but reveals whether the employee-to-be has any female weaknesses, which would make her mentally or physically unfit for the job.
Val, can you explain to us what some of those weaknesses might be? Wow.
Oh, goodness. Can you believe that?
This would be a total lawsuit today.
Oh, no kidding. Stress at the onset the importance of time. The fact that a minute or two lost here and there makes serious inroads on schedules. Until this point is gotten across, service is likely to be slowed up. Oh, my
Wow.
Oh, give the female employee a definite day-long schedule of duties so that they'll keep busy without bothering the management for instructions every few minutes.
Ouch.
Evidently, we're too dumb to figure this stuff out.
Ow.
Numerous properties say that women make excellent workers when they have their jobs cut out for them, but that they lack initiative in finding work themselves.
Oh, ow.
Wow! Wow! All I can say is wow!
Oh, goodness, I don't know how they've maintained a home then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever possible, let the inside employee change from one job to another at some time during the day. Women are inclined to be less nervous and happier with change.
And then he said,
Quiet! I can't hear myself lie!
Give every girl an adequate number of rest periods during the day. You have to make some allowances for feminine psychology. A girl has more confidence, is more efficient if she can keep her hair tidied, apply fresh lipstick, wash her hands, maybe pee. Be tactful when issuing instructions or in making criticisms. Women are often sensitive. They can't shrug off harsh words the way men do. Never ridicule a woman. It breaks her spirit and cuts off her efficiency. Just flat out never ridicule a woman ever, because she might cut off parts of your efficiency.
that's right.
Be reasonably considerate about using strong language around women. Even though a girl's husband or father may swear vociferously, she'll grow to dislike a place of business where she hears too much of this.
Oh, go!
And finally, in case you need one more way to handle a woman in the workplace, get enough size variety in operators' uniforms so that each girl can have a proper fit. This point can't be stressed too much in keeping women happy.
Wow. There you go. 1943, how to hire a woman. That's just scary. Wow.
Hail to the king, baby.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Make some enemies there. I can't believe you read that, Val. Shame on you. All right, one more in our time travel segment as we get started this morning. This one is Life Should Be Like This. It's what life was supposed to be like today that was predicted back in a 1961 issue of the Weekend magazine. All right, so this is what should be happening today as predicted in 1961. You will be whisked around in monorail vehicles at 200 miles an hour, and you'll think nothing of taking a holiday in outer space.
Okay.
Well, someplace on the planets have gotten close to
Have
that.
the monorails.
Yeah, the
they've gotten
monorail stuff.
Monorails, yeah.
Yeah, and we're just a couple years away from people being able to buy a plane ticket and go up into low Earth orbit. So we're close.
Mm-hmm.
Your house will probably have air walls and a floating roof, adjustable to the angle of the sun. Air walls.
Air walls.
Air walls.
Okay. Is that like a window?
Air wall. All right. Floating roof. Oh, imagine this. Doors will open automatically.
Well, we got that one right.
We got that one right. Clothing will be put away by remote control.
Why has this not happened?
I don't think they thought that one through all the way.
No, but it would be nice.
You'll have a home control room, an electronic center where messages will be recorded when you're away from home. This will play back when you return. Also give you up-to-the-minute world news and transcribe your latest mail. Okay, that's creepy. We're there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got that one.
All right, you'll have wall-to-wall global TV and indoor swimming pool TV telephones and room-to-room TV. Press a button and you can change the decor of a room. Well, rich people can, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the first half.
Yeah.
Well, and most of us don't have an indoor swimming pool.
All right, get this next one. So the status symbol will be home computer help, which will help mother tend the children, cook the meals, and issue reminders of importance. This goes back to that thing from 1943, kind of.
Well, that is called a cell phone. I mean,
Says here, food won't be very different from 1961, but there'll be a few new dishes. Instant bread, sugar made from sawdust, foodless foods, minus nutritional properties, of course, juice powders, and synthetic tea and cocoa. Sugar made from sawdust.
I wouldn't mind the food that's minus the nutritional properties. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to eat whatever you wanted and not get fat?
Yes. All right. Mail and newspapers will be reproduced instantly anywhere in the world by facsimile.
Well,
Kind of.
minus the facsimile.
Yes. There will be machines doing the work of clerks, shorthand writers, and translators. Machines will talk to each other. It's a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Also from 1961, it'll be the age of press-button transportation. Rocket belts will increase a man's stride to 30 feet, and bus-type helicopters will travel along crowded skyways. Rocket belt.
Rocket Man.
Remember that rocket walker I got Mom?
She only used it once.
The family car will be soundless. The engine will be smaller than a typewriter. Cars will travel overland on an 18-inch air cushion. Well, we do have a Prius.
Yeah. I mean, the electric cars are pretty soundless.
They are.
Yeah. But the engine's way smaller, or way bigger than a typewriter.
In commercial transportation, there will be travel at 1,000 miles per hour at a penny a mile. Hypersonic.
Way off on this one.
Yeah, hypersonic passenger planes using solid fuels, and they'll reach any part of the world in an hour. It didn't happen. I think they didn't realize how much the sound barrier would play into that. 5% of the world's population will have immigrated into space. Many will have visited the moon and beyond. Yeah, we're a little bit behind.
Well, there's 5% of them, at least, that I'd like to send.
That counts for something, Val. Yeah. Children will learn from TV recorders and teaching machines. They'll get pills to make them learn faster and will be healthier, too. There'll be no common colds, cancer, tooth decay, or mental illness. We missed the boat on that one.
Man, that's simply crazy.
That's wishful thinking. Medically induced growth of amputated limbs will be possible. Rejuvenation will be in the middle stages of research, and people will live healthily to 85 or 100. Well, we're approaching that, but I'm not growing any amputated limbs yet. But maybe soon.
But you look at the prosthetics that are available today. Some of them are pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, so we have moved along in that way, but yeah, wouldn't it be nice?
Marion was talking about somebody she knows that has a prosthetic hand that looks like the Terminator hand, all steel and is controllable. That's pretty cool. I mean, if you have to go through something like that, it'd be nice to have,
Right. Get your life as much back to normal as you can.
Yeah. All right, checking in on Facebook this morning, Marion and Ken, and they're not listening to the show. They're talking to each other. Good job, guys.
Ken thinks I need a break.
Why is that?
I think that thing about make sure women have adequate breaks to
it's
up.
already time for Val to have one. All right.
Yeah, reapply my lipstick and stuff like that.
All right. Starting a new segment today. It's called Scott's Barbecuing Tips.
Ooh.
First one is letting burned meat build up on the grill. All right. You can't do that because it affects performance. So before cooking, scrape off all that old meat that's on the grill and put it in the salad instead of bacon bits.
Gives it a little extra crunch, a little smoky flavor.
Exactly. And might not be healthy. All right, barbecue season is actually here. 60% of Americans own a barbecue grill. More than half of grill owners use their grill on a regular basis. Now, Val happens to have one of those Traeger pellet grills. So what it is?
I do.
All right. Now, how does that shape up to a normal grill?
You know what I love about the Traeger is that you can basically put everything on the grill and walk away, except maybe having to flip it halfway through. But you don't have to stand there like with a regular grill and make sure you don't have flame ups and char everything and things like that. So for me, it's just so much simpler to not worry about burning your food. Now, I have had somebody show up and stay and visit for a few hours and then go, oh, I had put sausage on the Traeger before they got here and promptly forgot about it. They were like little hockey pucks.
So you can still overcook something.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely overcook it, but you're not going to, worry about burning it to a crisp normally.
How about the flavor of the food?
Unless you start drinking.
Yep. Now, how do you think the flavor compares to like a traditional grill?
I prefer it. You get People think that it's just kind of a smoker and everything's smoky. It's on how you use it. You can definitely do that aspect of it by cooking it low. You can smoke things, but I think just overall flavor, I don't know. I prefer it to a grill.
How about compared to charcoal?
I haven't tasted charcoal food in, I don't know, a couple decades.
All right. Well, you should head into Spokane and visit a Burger King.
Last time we were at a Burger King, I had such terrible indigestion, heartburn. I burped that stuff for hours. It was awful.
I call that
Awful.
a delicious treat, kind of like a leftover.
Wow.
All right. Favorite barbecue foods among Americans: steaks at 34%, followed by burgers at 19, chicken at 18, ribs at 11, bratwurst at 6, hot dogs at 5, and pork chops at just 3%. I'm so glad to see hot dogs down there on the bottom of the list. I think they're disgusting. All right.
Now, and nobody who has, well, especially on a Traeger, I don't know about a regular grill, but if you have not cooked and eaten a pork chop off the Traeger, you have not lived.
Okay.
They are so moist and yummy. Yeah,
All right.
best way to cook a pork chop.
About half of Americans prefer their vegetables grilled. I think that's yummy. Despite the convenience of online shopping, 83% of grill sales still occur in store, likely because grills are a significant investment and customers, especially men, prefer to see and handle the product in person before buying. Especially men.
Okay. Yeah, especially men.
Global growing market is worth $22.7 billion. North America accounts for more than 50% of barbecues sold worldwide.
Wow.
Sales of barbecue grills shot up 40% during the pandemic. Makes sense. Nearly 60% of grill owners purchase gas grills, with propane being the most popular fuel. More than a half of Americans grill on the 4th of July, making it the most popular holiday for grilling. Other grilling holidays include Labor Day at 47%, Memorial Day at 44%, Father's Day at 34%, Super Bowl at 30%. Interestingly, the interest in barbecuing over the summer holidays has declined since 2019, while the number of people grilling during the winter has increased.
Interesting. Well, I will say that is the one thing about owning a Traeger is unless you get an insulated blanket for them, or unless you buy a brand that's not Traeger that comes with an insulated, whatever you want to call that part of the grill. Anyway, it's really hard to use them during the winter. They just won't hold heat very well.
Okay.
So at least, maybe the newer ones are way better at that than mine at that. Mine's a little bit older. So yeah, I do not use it very much during the winter because of that.
Well, I never use my oven, so I'm totally comfortable in the wintertime. Just making a small fire in the oven and grilling there.
Oh, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out in the cold to check on your food.
Exactly. House gets a
Yeah.
little smoky, but that adds to the flavor.
That's right.
All right. Let's see. Upcoming events real quick as we move into some news stories. This week we mentioned Brandon Hanson with Ted at the library on Wednesday. That's from 3 to 5. You get help if you're going to open a brand new business. And let's see. I got that wrong. Brandon is at the library from 10 until 3. 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. 3 to 5 is the weekly in-person tech help. If you have some problems with your smartphone, or maybe you just got yourself a new tablet or something, you don't know how to use it, take that down and they will help you or give you some tips on equipment they have with the in-person weekly tech help at the Chihuahua Library. Let's see, coming up on Thursday the 8th, it's a night in the garden. This is an annual event put on by SETI's and happens at the Garden Center. Kind of a reminder that that's going on. Farmers Market on Friday between 11 and 3:30. And just because it kind of stands out, there is a cornhole tournament coming up June 10th at 1 p.m. Waiting for it to load up. This is Cheweel Valley Lions hosting their third annual cornhole tournament. Registration is at 1 p.m. Tournaments start at 2. American Legion Post 54 right here in Cheweel. And like I said, it's the third annual tournament. Going to be a good time. Tournament open to all ages for two-person teams. It does cost $30 a team. You may pre-register on the Scoreholio app with payment due the day of the event. You may also register at the event. Please bring your own bags if you have them. There will be cash prizes, raffles, and a barbecue. American Legion is also hosting a beer garden, and of course this will raise money for our local Valley Lions Club, which help people with hearing and sight problems, and they've been doing a great job for a long time in our community, so get out and support them. A few other events coming in off our own website. Deborah letting us know about the Cheweel Faith Resource Group. They're having a summer community meal in the form of barbecue, hamburgers, and more, taking place at St. Mary's Catholic Church, and they want to thank them for letting them use their dining room. This is going to be next Thursday, June 15th, starting at 5 p.m. She also sent in another one, and this is the Abundant Life Fellowship having a multifamily yard sale in the parking lot at the Abundant Life Fellowship on the corner of 2nd and Webster. That's happening Saturday from 9 until 3. And Springdale Frontier Days Rodeo Association. You ever caught that, Val?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So the radio is coming your way again Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 2 in the afternoon. Tickets are available on their website, frontierdaysrodeos.com, or you can purchase those at the gate. Once again, that's an annual event happening in Springdale. All right, moving along this morning. Let's see here. Big news that came across. A major dam in southern Ukraine collapsed and is triggering floods throughout the southern part of the country. Both Russia and Ukraine are pointing the finger at each other, saying they blew up the dam.
Okay.
All right, Val, I saw this story and thought about you. We've all have that one friend who we call the cat whisperer. No matter where they go, cats seem to follow them, or magically they find stray kittens, or all of the pet cats immediately jump on their laps and curl up for a cuddly little nap. Do you have anybody that visit your home that the cats have just glommed onto that you were surprised about?
Well, you.
Okay.
I mean, my cats love when you come around. Now, granted, you brought them this kitty crack stuff that they go crazy for to this day. But yeah, and then our friends have visited from Australia. I was really surprised that Lily just decided that she no longer cared to sleep with us. She slept with them the whole time they were here.
Oh, maybe they smell different.
Could be.
All right.
And then we had there was the opposite thing happened as well. Somebody that I thought maybe the cats would be fine with, seriously disliked our visitors.
Uh-oh, and you're not going to say who that is because that puts a stigma around it, doesn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and yeah.
Ken?
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go.
It wasn't Ken.
It wasn't Ken, all right.
It wasn't Ken.
Just a guess. All right. We aren't sure it's quite as simplistic as all the things we're saying, but why cats may favor one person over another has more to do with, they say, communication. Since cats are quite the communicators, they have a special appreciation for people who pay attention to them, understand their needs, including food, affection, and playtime. They also say cats may base their favorite person on this one important thing. How
It gives
comfortable
them treats.
how comfortable your lap is.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. All right. Then they talk
So
about
if you've got a big old cushy lap, there.
exactly. And that's like my belly sticks out too far so Mooch never gets in my lap. All right. TikTok viewers also pointed out how so many cats gravitate to those people who say they don't like cats and that cats end up winning the people over. One lady commented, "My husband stated he hated cats. Then when I moved in with my cat, she stole him over." That's usually how it goes. She said, "I think people who hate cats have just never known a cat or else they're just jerks." Well, when my dad now has a best friend, even if he swore up and down he wouldn't keep animals in his home, says, why then do they seek the person in the room who dislikes cats the most? The answer to that, they think, is that cats are just super intuitive and magically know how to win people over. There you go.
Oh. Now, what I also find out is that cats tend to gravitate to the only person in the room who is allergic to them.
They're just helping them trying to build an immunity.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. I thought you were just being jerks.
Yahoo today, there is a story of like 20 places around the country that are like unsung cool destinations that people should visit. Making the list at number 5, the closest one to us, Boise, Idaho.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right. This person says, when I tell people I love visiting Idaho, almost everyone reacts with, really? And this person says, well, I can tell you that the state boasts mountains, rivers, lakes, reservoirs, hot springs, and the fabulous craters of the Moon National Monument. She says she can confidently say that Boise is her favorite place to escape to. That's, yeah.
Well, with the middle of the state, it's sparsely populated, but it has some beautiful. The mountains, how jagged they are, and it's really cool through that part of the state. But it just surprises me that they are choosing Boise in particular because I don't know.
I don't know. As you're driving down the Panhandle, like from your location down to Boise, though, kind of it's not as bad as say Wyoming or North Dakota, but there is a whole lot of north of nothing. And I've always thought when you look at those hills, it looks like they should be covered in pine trees, and they're not. Was Idaho just massively harvested in that area? Why are there no trees growing on their hillsides? I think their license plate should be Idaho. We used to have trees. It just seems kind of weird. It looks like it was clear cut and never replanted for miles and miles and miles. I could be wrong about that. Maybe trees don't grow there, but it just seems strange to see all those foothills of the Rockies and none of them have trees on them. It's just grass plains.
Well, and they would have naturally, at some point, the trees would have naturally come back if I believe, no matter if they clear cutted, they would still. It's kind of hard to get rid of them. They find a way. Yeah. So I would say more. It's
just lots of
ground.
Grass. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move along and leave that one alone. I was going to save this for Brandon. Maybe we'll save it for next week. But it's tips that I think would be really handy for people around Stevens County. What should you do if you find yourself stuck in quicksand?
I'd like to know, just in case that ever happens.
Would you like to know what you should do if you ever get stuck in quicksand? All right.
Well, you can save it for Brandon.
No, I'll share it with you. All right.
Okay.
All right. What you should do? I should give you. I wish I had some choices. Do you think you should rock back and forth slowly? Do you think?
Yeah, it's like when you're just like, like that type of rock.
Yeah,
back and forth
with your feet and legs. Do you think you should lay down and try to float, or try as hard as you can to get people to pull you out?
I wonder if maybe you should float, disperse your weight. I don't know.
It
That
is.
might be my
You
guess.
will not sink in quicksand. It is impossible. Let's say friends on the bank and you're up to your waist and they throw you a rope. They will not be able to pull you out. So
it's that suction.
Yes, so you got to kind of wiggle back and forth like I was talking about. And they said trying to float is the best thing you can do. And then you have no resistance and somebody can actually pull you out. So there you go. I know there's lots of quicksand right around Addie.
Really?
As well as an active volcano below the ground in Addie.
In Addie?
Yeah.
It's all centered around Addie.
It's all centered around Addie.
Is there like a Bermuda type of triangle there too where things just disappear?
Exactly. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. A vortex.
A vortex. The Addie vortex is what they call it. And to prove it,
who dares enter the sacred and Austin know-it-all?
Another guy get gored. And this week, despite all the publicity and fines and prison time, a tourist caught on camera harassing a black bear at Yellowstone National Park. The shirtless man was spotted running after the bear, grunting and posturing like a gorilla.
Oh my goodness. If something happens to people like that, it's natural selection.
says bears are naturally wary of people and prefer to avoid close encounters. This particular bear was already running for the woods when the man decided to show off by chasing it. The incident, which you can watch on this website, okay, it's like the word tour, but then they're rhyming it with morons. It's Tourons of Yellowstone. Actual website, Tourons of
It might
Yellowstone.
be highly entertaining.
Yes, it documents all the bad behavior and dumb people at U.S. national parks and other sites of natural beauty, often involving wildlife. Other recently posted videos showing a man getting, like I said, an antler in his car after taunting the elk. And then an entire family using a bison as a photo prop. Even one lady who put her young child or toddler on the bison.
No.
Yes. All right. Just in case you haven't known, it's illegal to interfere with wildlife at U.S. national parks. Doing so can have tragic consequences. Just a few days ago, bison calf euthanized at Yellowstone after being handled by a visitor. The man was trying to actually help the animal by pushing it up from a river bank onto the road. However, the calf began approaching people and cars. Rangers took the difficult decision to put it down after attempts to reunite it with its mother failed. I don't understand why they didn't send it away and chose to euthanize it, though.
You know, Brad and I were questioning that very same thing. I almost feel like they didn't really do that, but they wanted to tell people they did that so that they wouldn't try it again.
No, they
Yeah, 'cause-
actually do it. They've done it more than once. There's a lot of heat going on Yellowstone for euthanizing wild animals and their policies to do that.
Because that just seems strange to me. I mean, there's no way that you could have bottle fed it, moved it onto a bison farm. Nothing like that was possible. You had to euthanize. It just doesn't make sense to me.
And I thought the same thing, but then I thought, well, if you're moving it to a bison farm, it's just going to get slaughtered and eaten. So,
But it's not going to be like just euthanized as a calf. And I mean, if you got to at least at some point, they're going to feed people at least. I don't know.
You're going to die a horrible death as a young calf, or you're going to die a horrible death as an adult bison. Not much different.
At least you died for a reason.
All right. We'll argue that one off air. All right. California versus Florida. Governor Gavin Newsom took his feud with Governor Ron DeSantis to new heights yesterday, seemingly threatening him with kidnapping charges after California officials say Southern American migrants were sent to Sacramento by the state of Florida as another political stunt. You think he would have learned his lesson from charges that almost got laid against them for past transgressions of flying migrants around the country and Martha's Vineyard. Newsom, a Democrat, cited the state kidnapping laws in a tweet to the Florida governor and Republican presidential hopeful, whom he called a small, pathetic man. Ooh.
Ooh. And, they were sent on a private jet. I just kind of want to know who paid for that. Was it like the citizens of Florida? I can't imagine DeSantis paying for it out of his own pocket.
Florida had paid for the previous ones. I don't know why no charges were leveled.
Charges were announced today or yesterday, maybe. I just heard it. They haven't named who the charges are against, but Martha's Vineyard, there are charges being filed. We don't know who's going to be named.
That's going to be awesome if we have a second presidential candidate that's charged with a crime. This is an exciting time to live.
Quiet! I can't hear myself lie!
I don't know if exciting is the word I'd use.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
Newsom said his
yes.
administration is working with agencies to investigate the circumstances around who paid for the plane trips, whether migrants were misled, and whether laws were violated, including potentially kidnapping.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just take that wait and see attitude about it all.
We were having this conversation yesterday, and it was so many of the things the platforms I feel like our presidential candidates are running on are things that when you poll American citizens, the majority of Americans don't support those things. And so it's like, why do you keep running on platforms that don't seem to be popular. I mean, read the room, right? Yeah, it's just really interesting to me. Yeah, especially when you're running as a president, because I can see if you're running in your local area and they have the same views you do. But when you're trying to run it for as a presidential candidate, and what you're doing doesn't play outside of your state, at least not very well, why would you keep doing it?
I believe in forward movement, no matter what that forward movement is. Like I have a lot of friends that freaked out about EV cars and what it's going to do, and is there enough lithium and all this. And I said, necessity brings invention. That old parable, that the mother
Mm-hmm.
of, mother of necessity, and it brings invention. And I think it's the same way. There's a lot of companies out there working on new and safer and cleaner battery technologies, and I think that stuff's gonna come. But I also think and that they are. And it is older Americans, and I'm becoming one of them. Is that we don't move forward because so many people are afraid of change. That they dig the whole thing in the battle now, if and I hate to even bring it up, but the whole woke battle and everything now. You know, um gays and lesbians and transgender people and all the stuff that those acronyms cover, they're not going away. In fact, the population is exploding. There's going to be more of them. Get used to it. Times
Right.
change, and there's so many politicians that have dug their heels in, and they want things to stay the same or go back to way they were. I feel like so many want us to go back to 1950 or 1960, and I think we've already through the whole, and I'll say it, the whole Trump debacle. I think we've already went backwards in so many ways that it's harming us. I was so happy when Barack Obama got elected, because after Bush's tenure, I felt like, because America had this reputation from the Iraq War and not finding the weapons of mass destruction and all that, we had this big scar on our face. And I thought it was important that our country show the world that, hey, we're progressive enough that we can elect a woman as president, we can elect a black man as president. And I had big hopes that that was going to do a lot for the divisions of race in our country. But since Barack Obama and during his presidency, and I even blame him for some of it, Trump for a lot more of it, I think we've actually went backwards. We're less tolerant of everything. And just
Well,
my
and
opinion.
that was what we were talking about, because what I'd heard on a morning news program, a national news program yesterday morning, was that, or Sunday morning, that support for the LGBTQ community is actually getting more and more, and that's what I was kind of talking about. We've got the platforms that especially DeSantis is running on, but it said that amongst liberals, 90% of people support LGBTQ rights. Amongst conservatives, it's still over 66%. So this,
The squeaky wheels are making the noise and getting the attention, but that's not how the core of America really feels or cares.
Exactly. And so that was very heartening for me to hear that. But again, why are you playing to the minority in what your whole making woke a dirty word, or don't say gay, or all of those things? You're on a national level, you are not reading the room. I'll use that term again. You're not reading the room. And even when it comes to women's rights, the majority of Americans, over 2/3 of Americans, believe that we are in support of a woman's right to choose. And so, yeah. So I just don't feel like you're running on the right platforms.
All right, now we got ourselves in lots of trouble. We should go to break.
Oh, let's do it.
All right. When we come back, we've got local birthdays. I believe Chuck sent them to me. I'm pretty sure Chuck sent them to me. But if not, we will have some kind of birthdays for you, because we used to have the celebrity ones. We'll have some news and nuggets, and then we always wrap up our show with today's odd news. And we've got like 8 crazy stories. So stay right here. It is KCHW 102.7. Scott and Val on a Tuesday, and we hope you come back.
It's 8:20.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chihuahua.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast for June the 5th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. As the summer construction season ramps up, the industry is preparing for new requirements underpinning law changes. We get the details from Minnesota.
In recent years, Minnesota has cracked down on wage theft. But labor leaders within construction say they're still seeing too many workers being taken advantage of. They pushed for a bill in the recent legislative session to hold owners and managers of construction sites liable, and not just a subcontractor suspected of wage theft. Adam Dunnick of the North Central States Regional Council of Carpenters says the provision was included in a final budget bill.
The best part about this law, what will happen is generals and developers won't hire those bad subcontractors to begin with, because then the general and the developer will understand that they're responsible for that.
The bill does carve out exemptions for certain single-family housing development projects, as well as contractors with collective bargaining agreements. Some associations within the industry criticize the plan, saying it plays favorites in regards to those exemptions. I'm Mike Moen.
According to the union, Minnesota joins Illinois as the only other Midwestern state to weave in specific liability language for general contractors and developers. Now from CNN, an investigation underway after over a dozen migrants arrived in Sacramento, California by private jet with no prior arrangement or care in place. According to CNN, California officials on Saturday met with a group who had documentation purporting to be from the government of the state of Florida. Governor Newsom said the immigrants were taken from Texas to New Mexico and then flown by private charter jet to California, where they were dumped on the doorstep of a local church without any advance warning. Meantime, summer with the 90-day break from school can be fun but also challenging for rural kids.
In the U.S., more than 22 million children depend on school breakfast and lunch programs. And on the heels of the pandemic, there's even greater concern about summer learning loss among school-aged kids. Save the Children's Make Summer Fair program is addressing the issue with mobile food units and learning supplies. State director for the nonprofit, Yaha Aguilera, says kids can lose more than a third of school year learning over the summer months.
We want to ensure kids have books, that they have some other activities, even if it's for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We want them to be involved and keep talking to their friends, keep talking to some of other adults to give them some literacy.
But since the beginning of the COVID pandemic, Save the Children has served more than 45 million meals to kids and families in rural America. I'm Roz Brown.
This is Public News Service. A program from the Nature Conservancy that will move oysters from farms to reef restoration is providing both economic and environmental benefits to New Hampshire and coastal communities.
Oyster reefs help keep water clean, provide vital habitat for aquatic species, and help protect shorelines from the brunt of climate change. Great Bay oyster farmer Kristen Ward says farmers are gaining a new market for larger oysters considered less desirable by restaurants, while helping revitalize area waterways.
Especially since during COVID, a lot of the restaurants are closing down. So it kind of gave us, a new outlet and started linking them with restoration. So it was really nice.
So far, the program has purchased more than 3 million live oysters, helping restore 40 acres of oyster reefs nationwide, including a 15-acre reef at Nanny Island, where Ward says the state has imposed a moratorium on fishing to help jumpstart the reef's regrowth. I'm Catherine Carley reporting.
And despite looks of disgust and hateful online comments, a New York chef is persevering on a mission to change minds about eating insects. Details from Edwin J. Vieira in this report for the Solutions Journalism Network and The Guardian.
Chef Joseph Yoon founded Brooklyn Bugs and is hoping to change public perception on palatable pests. The entomophagy expert's mission isn't an easy one, although its success can be beneficial in the battle against climate change. A United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization report finds edible insects create far less emissions than conventional livestock. Yoon notes this is particularly true of the multi-purpose black soldier fly.
They can eliminate organic waste, and their larvae grow thousands of times in I believe a 2-week time span. And the organic waste that they eat while they do that, they emit a negligible amount of methane gases.
He says their larvae can also be used as pet food or livestock feed.
Finally, our Deborah Van Fleet lets us know Missourians scored some big wins for child care and pre-K programs in the recent 2023 session.
Brian Schmidt, Executive Director of Kids Win Missouri, calls it a really exciting time for child care and early childhood education in the state. He attributes a lot of these legislative gains, a combined $160 million for child care subsidies and pre-K programs, to the child care crisis that was exacerbated by the COVID pandemic.
73 counties in Missouri are considered child care deserts. And I think it's really just an impact of the pandemic where a lot of the child care facilities are just struggling to find and recruit a workforce.
Schmidt adds that Governor Mike Parson identified expanding early childhood programs as a priority.
This is Mike Clifford. Thank you for starting your week with Public News Service. We are member and listener supported. Here are some great radio stations, your favorite podcast platform, and find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
And we're back. It's KCHW 102.7. Scott and Val on a Tuesday. Starting off with our local birthdays today. We have just one, and it's Lynn Hume. Happy birthday going out to Lynn. All right. And celebrity birthdays, we go to my sister Val.
Okay. Today, Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, is 76 years old.
Wow.
That itself is scary.
It is.
Actress, comedian Sandra Bernhard is 68. Comedian Colin Quinn, 64 today. Animal rights activist Carol Baskin, who is in Tiger King, is 62.
Now, did you watch Tiger King, Val?
Never.
It was a disaster show. But she, everybody kind of went to jail except for Carol, and I don't know. I think Carol should be in jail too. She's not a nice person. Just saying. All right.
I like how they call her an animal rights activist.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Jason Isaacs, most known for playing Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter films, is 60 years old today. Wow. Max Casella from The Marvelous Miss Maisel and Doogie Howser, MD, is 56. And finally today, Paul Giamatti, was in Billions and 12 Years a Slave, is 56.
He is a good actor. He can play anything from a good guy to somebody horrible. I'm always impressed with him. All right, on to history. We'll start off in 1833 when Andrew Jackson became the first U.S. president to ride a train.
How exciting.
1844, Young Men's Christian Association, the YMCA, was founded in London.
How come every time you hear that you want to go, YMCA?
1933, the first drive-in theater opened in Camden, New Jersey. All right. 1944, World War II D-Day, 150,000 Allied expeditionary forces landed in Normandy, France. Jump all the way up to 1990. U.S. District Court Judge Jose Gonzalez ruled that the rap album As Nasty as They Want to Be by Two Live Crew violated Florida's obscenity law. He declared that the predominant subject matter of the record was directed to the dirty thoughts and the loins, not to the intellect and the mind.
And so here we are, 30 some odd years later, when sometimes you hear stuff and you're like, oh, I don't consider myself that much of a prude, but...
But Florida has, how states have, state animal, state bird, all that kind of stuff. Florida has a new state sound effect.
Oh, no! We suck again!
2012 solar plane called the Solar Impulse landed in Morocco after completing the world's first I can't talk for anything today. I'm combining words. Intercontinental flight powered by the sun.
Oh.
2018, LeBron James eclipsed Michael Jordan's record of 109 for the most 30-point games in NBA playoff history. All right. 2018 special pedestrian lane was introduced just for fubbers, slow-walking smartphone users in China.
Fubbers.
Fubbers.
Oh.
Let's see. 2022, this day, reports were out in its second week that Top Gun Maverick had made $86 million. Most blockbusters fall by 50% in their second week of release. This one declined by only 32%.
That's a pretty good movie.
All right. A lot of special events for today. Roll them out, Val.
All right. Well, we heard about some of these, and it happened today. So it is D-Day today.
Okay.
Drive-in movie day. Get another one. Applesauce cake day. Interesting.
I've had that. Have you ever had applesauce cake? It's delicious.
I imagine it's super moist.
Yeah.
Would think. Gardening exercise day. It's when you garden and exercise at the same time. Or you're getting exercise from gardening. Hunger awareness day.
I think it should be hangry awareness day.
Oh, you get hangry sometimes?
So yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You send me to Spokane and then wait till I'm hungry and in Spokane, and then that's when the hangry comes out in me.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I'll tell Brad, you better feed me now because Mama getting angry. Yo-yo day today.
Okay.
Just for you, Scott.
Yo-yo day.
Break out your yo-yo.
I've never been that coordinated, and I tried both of these items just once. Yo-yos and nunchucks, about the same thing to me.
Black eyes from the broken nose.
Yes. They yo-yos and nunchucks feel the same to me.
Oh,
right.
Okay. Hunger awareness day today.
Didn't we just cover that?
Yeah. And then also churro day.
All right. It must be really important that they pointed out hunger awareness twice.
It must have.
I think they're referring to countries and places, even in our own country, where people don't have enough food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely.
And
all right, that was it for our special events for today.
Churro day. Not excited about that.
Churro day. Yeah. Not a fan of churros?
Nah. Oh. All right. Number for the day, though, is 540,000, and that's the tons of pesticides used every year in the U.S. Just 540,000.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Scary. All right. I have something fun as we move to trivia.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Just my sister Val today.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Immediately. All right. Val's by herself. Bonus points for posting the answer online for her. On Facebook.
Please.
All right. This is a summer vacation quiz. This one's really not for real. It's just for fun, Val. All right.
Okay.
Want to make sure you're prepared for what's going to happen for the next 3 months. So here's your KCHW summer vacation quiz. All right, first one. During summer vacation, Chihuahua kids will switch from the rigors of education to the joys of summer camp, obtain career experience through summer jobs or internships, or lay around the house scarfing flaming hot Cheetos and Mountain Dew.
All of the above.
Probably. Number 2, over summer vacation, many kids sign up for summer reading programs at the library where they can study subjects that they'll be taking in the next school year, enjoy some literary treasures in a relaxed atmosphere, or run up overdue library fines for mom and dad.
All of the above.
You're doing great so far, Val. Summer vacation presents kids with a chance to get away for some fun, where they can enjoy some thrills and excitement, spend some quality time with their parents, spend more money than they will during their freshman year at college.
All of the above.
All of the above. All right. And last one, I think. And throughout the summer, parents will be A, spending lots of time with their kids, B, coming up with fun activities for the family, or C, praying they don't go nuts before school starts again.
C.
C. All right, moving along with some actual trivia questions for Val. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get to it. Some of the originals had names like Legs the Frog, Squealer the Pig, Chocolate the Moose, and Patty the Platypus. What were they, Val?
Muppets?
Ooh, close. This was a toy for kids. They were small.
Okay.
Legs the Frog, Squeal the Pig, Chocolate the Moose, Patty the Platypus. What were they?
Gosh, I was so right. I was so sure I was right on Muppets that now I'm totally confused.
People collected them.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, Val.
I don't know.
Beanie Babies.
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten that. No, I wouldn't have gotten that one.
All right. Thanks to you, Val, 300 million of these die every second.
Hopes and dreams.
Correct. No. Thanks to you, 300 of these die every second, and it's happening in your own body.
We'll go with bacteria or some sort of virus or something like that.
Oh, you're warmish. It's cells in your own body. It's okay, though, because you're forming new ones, too.
Okay,
All right,
well.
All right.
It's a continuous cycle of life and death.
Yes. Now, while the actual event took 2 hours and 40 minutes, the movie about this event lasted 3 hours and 14 minutes. Name the event.
Oh.
It's a horrible event.
A horrible event. D-Day?
No.
We're going to stick with our D-Day thing?
No, that was a good guess, though.
Okay.
Actual event took 2 hours and 40 minutes. Movie about the event lasted 3 hours and 14 minutes. Tragedy.
The shuttle, when the shuttle blew up.
No, we're looking for the sinking of the Titanic. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh,
All
all right. Well, there were so many movies made about that.
Yes. You got a big brain, Val, so here comes your brain teaser. Wealthy landowner challenges two sons to a horse race. The one whose horse is slowest will inherit the entire estate. After a few days into the race, the brothers have made no progress and begin to wonder what to do. Upon the advice of a wise old man, they jumped on the horses and raced as fast as they could to the finish line. What did the old man suggest?
Okay. Well, they could share the fortune.
Ooh, that's good. Oh, it's a tough one.
Okay.
Wise man told him to switch horses as the race depended on the slowest horse. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
It's such a brain teaser that it hurt my own head. Wealthy landowner challenged two sons to a horse race. The one who's the slowest would inherit the entire estate. I don't know how swapping the horses made a difference.
I don't know either.
All right.
Somebody explain it to us because we need help.
Yeah, put it online. All right, first one. It was first called Decoration Day. Today we know it as what?
Decoration Day.
We just had this.
Memorial Day?
Yes. Established by
Really?
Civil War Union veterans, Decoration Day was first celebrated at Arlington National Cemetery in 1868.
Oh.
All right.
Ken thinks they ride the same horse.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Hmm.
I like that, Ken.
Okay.
All right. Spy the lie here, Val. 75% of married people say I love you at least once a day to their spouse. In the 16th and 18th centuries, the trombone was called the sack butt. That's exactly what it sounded like.
I want that one to be true.
Listen for yourself. All right, U.S. has just over 67,000 bridges. Which is the lie?
Oh, goodness. I'm going to go with the telling your spouse you love him at least once a day.
All right. You said 75% of married people do it. Do you think that's lower or higher?
I am going to go, because I'm an optimist, I think once a day is low.
Okay. That was actually correct. It is 75%. The trombone was called the sack butt, but the U.S. doesn't have 67,000 bridges. It has 607,000 bridges.
Yeah.
If you would have thought that one
that
through.
was if I'd have thought that one through, that was kind of low. I guess for some reason I was thinking like big bridges, not like all bridges. So.
But if you would have thought things through, you might not be married. Just kidding. Just kidding. During the 1958-1959 season, there were 31 of these on TV. So go back to 1958 and 59. What kind of genre of show would there have been 31 of? This is easy.
Westerns.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. This is tough. 15 seconds. Name 10 words that begin with the letters S-W. Are you ready?
All right. Swing, swap, swing, swap. I'm just completely drawing a blank.
Swelter?
Swelter. Swang, swing, swang, swung.
Oh, you got a couple there. Switch, swipe.
Switch. Oh, gosh. See, I was just completely drawing a blank.
And then sweat.
Oh.
Ooh, swelter.
Swelter. I like that.
And when you like something a little bit, it's just swell.
Oh, yep. That one, I panicked.
All right. Too much pressure.
Oh, Ken says swear. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
That's your little brother. Okay. Hawaii, Alaska, Arkansas, Texas, and Alabama consume more of what than any other state? This is a food. It comes in a can. Hawaii, Alaska, Arkansas, Texas, and Alabama consume more of what than any other state?
Spam.
It is spam. Good job.
Wow. I was going to say air, but that doesn't come in a can.
No. And I get that. To Arkansas, Texas, Alabama, hot air.
Yes. Uh-huh.
To be official, this must weigh between 5 and 5.25 ounces.
To be official, between 5 and 5.25 ounces.
Used in a sport.
Oh, it's got to be then a football or a basketball.
5.25 ounces.
Golf ball.
Looking for baseball, but that was a good shot. One more chance.
I was just hitting all the balls, trying to get one, trying to get a strike with one of them.
Wow.
Wow! 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 All I can say is wow!
Wow, well.
Hail to the king, baby.
I do. All right. Spy the lie, Val. 10% of us admit to regularly... 10% of us admit to regularly sneaking food into movie theaters. 64 billion pounds of human skin is shed globally each year. In a confidential survey, the average U.S. worker says they spend about 2.5 hours a day doing nothing job-related. Which one's the lie?
I think it's the movie theater because I think it's way more than 10%.
You're exactly right. It's closer to 50% of people sneak food into the movie theater. Oh. Which means there are 64 billion pounds of human skin each year added to the weight of the earth.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Oh.
And, of course, the average U.S. worker does spend at least 2 hours a day doing nothing job-related. Good job, America.
That's right.
It's so sad.
Well, they need to be reading those, how to hire somebody thing. Make sure they don't waste any time.
That's
and all
right.
that.
That's right. Remember, husky girls make better workers.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course, that was from 1943, but it still could be true today. All right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do at the end of the show, Val?
Let's slap some bacon on a biscuit.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, here we go with the crazy stuff. We start off with the news attack where the first sentence is true, second sentence, bad joke, and here comes Val.
A history teacher in Austin, Texas, was asked by her administration why she was teaching her students about their legal and constitutional rights. Well, that's like asking a dentist why he's giving out toothbrushes.
Because you live in Texas, and it's a big deal. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. Same story. History teacher Austin asked by her administration why she was teaching her students about their legal and constitutional rights. I guess the only history some people want is yesterday we ate barbecue. The end.
I don't want people to get too smart.
Nope.
The Kansas City Chiefs visited President Joe Biden at the White House on Monday to celebrate their Super Bowl victory. Okay. I'm simply waiting for the day when a president invites the true American heroes, people who make bacon.
Okay, wasn't it a little late to have the Chiefs there for their Super Bowl victory?
Maybe it's the first time everybody could coordinate their schedule or something.
Okay. Taylor Swift and her latest boyfriend have broken up. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh, I never saw this coming.
It's the dating history more complicated than trying to explain the plot of Inception after 3 glasses of wine. I've watched that movie 3 times. It still doesn't make sense.
Oh, kind of like that riddle we had earlier about the horses.
Someday, I think Taylor will have a relationship that lasts longer than 2 months.
Maybe.
She must be a lot. That's all I'm thinking.
She must be.
Yeah. All right. Val.
As summertime travel ramps up, the TSA would like to remind you that you can't bring axes, fireworks, matches, slingshots, or throwing stars on the plane. I think we just gave the TikTok influencers out there some new ideas, though.
You know what you can bring on the plane, though? Lots of batteries. And
oh, really?
Yeah. And you can bring a lighter on the plane.
Okay.
Doesn't that...
A lighter and batteries.
Yeah, and there's paper everywhere. And you can bring a lighter on a plane. Does that make sense?
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense. All right. Maybe they don't work because of the pressure? I'm not the kind of guy that would take out my lighter and see.
Yeah, you're not?
But I'm gonna next time. All right. I think we just gave TikTok influencers ideas. Yes? More ideas?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Marine biologist said there's evidence that whales were not always so huge. Yeah, but you see a picture of them in high school.
In Germany, an 82-year-old man was convicted of dealing drugs.
Wow.
It's not exactly what they meant when they told him to stay active in his old age.
He told cops, what else am I supposed to do? Knit? Knitting doesn't pay for my bingo addiction. Poor guy. On to the world of wacky but true we go. We don't add anything to these stories because they're totally true, but they might get kind of a toss-up from a movie sound effect. And here comes Val with a guy with a box on his head.
Yeah, a man was arrested after a bizarre robbery at a phone repair store in Miami Gardens, Florida, where he was caught on camera stealing merchandise while wearing a cardboard box on his head. Video shows the man sporting a cardboard box on his head, shattering glass displays, and reaching in to grab the phones. The store's owner said the incident happened around 4 a.m. Saturday when he saw the man's face on the surveillance video and started to investigate around the shopping plaza where his business is located. He said he asked people to let him know if they saw the suspect and soon found out the culprit was at the same plaza drinking with his friends at a nearby liquor store. Police were called and the man was arrested.
Oh, man. Wearing a cardboard box.
I said, put the bunny back in the box.
That's all I had for boxes. But if that wasn't good enough, another guy with something over his head. This one in the UK as he tried to steal food and electronics from a corner store while wearing a plastic grocery bag on his head. Question is, how did he find a plastic grocery bag?
Not around here.
No. The would-be burglar left the store empty-handed because he didn't cut eye holes in the bag and couldn't see. Eye holes, very important. Here's what he had to say.
That's it! The answer to all your problems! Plastic!
Just remember the eye holes.
That's right. A German driver had to go to the hospital after getting stuck inside a car wash. The woman had just driven her car into the car wash, and she got out of her car to enter the code for the wash. When she tried to get back into her car again, the machine started squeezing her between the car and its open door. A man waiting in line to have his car washed pressed the emergency button.
Aww.
Save the day.
He's like a hero.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it was a really big woman.
Oh, the Germans are mad at me. I'm so scared. Ooh, the Germans. Uh-oh, the Germans are coming to get me.
Easy, guys.
Oh, don't let the Germans come after me.
Please stop the pretending you're
the
scared
Germans are
game.
coming
Stop
after
it.
me. Oh, no, they're so big and
Stop
strong.
it. Stop pretending you're scared of us, please. Now.
Stop it. In case the Germans aren't mad at me yet, another story from Germany. German court says it's giving an 82-year-old man a last warning to avoid jail after he was found guilty of drug dealing, despite 24 previous convictions. The retired seaman, who said he wanted to improve his $855 monthly pension by selling marijuana, was handed a suspended sentence by a court. Prosecutors had asked the court to impose a prison term of 34 months in view of the man's lengthy criminal record with drugs and an existing suspended sentence, but judges said they would make an exception and classify the latest crimes as less serious offenses due to the man's particular circumstances and recent health problems. More German stuff.
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is! Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
German? Forget it, he's rolling.
And it ain't over now! Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going! Who's with me? Let's go! Come on!
They're expected to pass the same law now, I guess, in America. If you only have a $900 a month pension, it's okay to sell pot.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Okay.
You know, by the gene, I always used to say the man was just looking for 3 hots and a cot.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
He's better off than, trying to live on that pension. A man in China, hey, we're going to China now.
Yay.
A man in China was fired for taking up to 6 hours in the toilet every day during his 8-hour work shift. The court ruled the daily toilet breaks were not within reasonable and normal psychological needs, or physiological needs, or probably psychological too. But even though he cited health concerns as his reason for them.
No, there's so much other stuff to do in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Exactly. Michigan, 10-year-old boy took his mom's Buick Encore SUV and drove down an interstate, causing several motorists to call 911. Did you catch he was 10?
Yes.
Michigan State Police troopers pursued the vehicle, but the child driver disregarded them and kept on going. OnStar then remotely disabled the vehicle, causing it to slowly cruise to a stop and collide with the guardrail. The boy then ran into the nearby woods. Troopers had to chase him, but they did catch him. The reason was, he didn't want to go back to his mom.
Okay. She's eating boys. They make her really pretty and glowy, and her hair looks amazing.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Oh, goodness. A man in Scotland has pleaded guilty to biting a police officer during an attempt to claim ownership of Edinburgh Castle in August 2021. The incident occurred when a group of protesters attempted to seize control of the historic landmark during the pandemic. The man grabbed hold of a security barrier, allowing members of his group to enter the castle. Police were called in, leading to the man assaulting an officer, resulting in the officer having to take time off from work.
That's like unneeded information. The fact is, it was Scotland, right?
Right.
Doesn't it make you proud to be Scottish?
Welcome to All Things Scottish. Our slogan is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap!
And we continue our world tour now with 2 men in Italy. That's right. We're all over the place. China, a couple from Germany, Italy. All right.
Scotland.
2 men in Italy tried to leave a bank robbery in a getaway car that wouldn't start. Neither one of them. So one of the guys ran into a nearby home to steal some car keys to another car, but by the time he came back out, the police had arrived. Man.
Start your computations for time warp.
All right, I'd like to go back and do that. Over. All right. There they go.
And now we're going to complete our trip around the world and end back up at Germany.
That's a bummer.
In Germany, a man went to a police station and reported that his wallet was stolen. When an officer asked for his name so he could fill out the report, the man seemed reluctant to say who he was. This made the cop suspicious, and when the man finally did give his name, the officer ran a quick check through the wants and warrants computer. Sure enough, the guy was wanted on outstanding theft charges. The officer broke the bad news to the guy as he was slapped into handcuffs.
And probably one of the most famous Germans.
I know nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. All right, that is our show for today. A big round of applause for my sister Val all the way from Deer Park, Washington. All right, tomorrow on the show, Mike Bentz live from Montana, along with a special guest. Look for our Facebook post on that in just a little bit. It is KCHW 102.7. We want you to keep on listening to the great music and enjoy your day right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. Say goodbye, Val.
Goodbye, everyone.
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. Was it over?
Ooh, the Germans are mad at me. I'm so scared. Ooh, the Germans. Uh-oh, the Germans are coming to get me.
Teasing us.
Oh, don't let the Germans come after me.
Please stop the pretending you're
the
scared
Germans are
game.
coming after me. No, they're so big and strong.
Stop pretending you're scared of us, please.
Stop it.
Okay. She's eating boys. They make her really pretty and glowy, and her hair looks amazing.